Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Montauk Brewing Company's Wave Chaser IPA, coming in at 6.4% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. Today we're looking at a local brewery, and by local I mean Long Island, New York, and this brewery is on the other side of Long Island from where I live. So when you look at this, you'd say, why? Because I'm not an IPA guy. Well, quite honestly, somebody left a few of these here the other night, and I figured, let's check them out. And since it's an IPA that I'm not paying for, even better. So this is Wave Chaser IPA. I see this all over Long Island. I do not know what the availability is off of Long Island, because quite frankly, I don't recall actually running into it off of the island. Now, it does have a little asterisk next to the IPA, and it says, "Come as you are." But anyway, so this is brewed and canned by Montauk Brewing Company in Montauk, New York. And this is a standard IPA coming at 6.4% ABV. Let's check it out. I am using the proper glassware. This is an IPA glass, although, quite frankly, it looks like a stout glass with a little bit of waviness down on the bottom. Let's pour it. It's pouring a very, very light yellow. In fact, looking at it, I would almost be like, oh, okay, that looks a little like a cider. And I over poured there for a second. Good amount of carbonation. Good amount of carbonation there. You know what's getting me is that I'm not getting a particularly heavy nose here in the bar right now. Normally I expect, well, at least with IPAs, when I open it up, a lot of times what you wind up getting is just that immediate sort of citrus aroma. I'm not getting that at all yet. So now I stepped off camera because I had a fan on. I didn't want it to be on the sound. And it has not caused the head to dissipate at all. Okay, so I'm getting sort of a hint of pineapple. It's going to sound crazy, but I'm getting what it smells sort of like piney, almost like, pine forest-wise pine. A generic citrus leaning towards, I think, pineapple is what I'm getting. And again, there's sort of this background aroma of pine. I am not an IPA guy. I don't know if that's exactly the way it should be, but we'll see. But, well, I mean, we won't see. Let's actually taste and see what it's like. Wow. Okay, so I've been getting to like triple IPAs. Not so much doubles, and single IPAs I almost have a universal dislike for. That has been broken. This is actually quite nice. I'm definitely getting that sort of pineapple citrus mixed in with other stuff. And actually, it's funny. As I drink it, what I'm getting is that citrus, pineapple towards the back end. As I sort of exhale with the swallow, I'm getting that sort of pine scent, but in the olfactory sense is not really on the palate. The carbonation is nice. It opens it up nicely. And what I'm missing here is that IPA bitterness that I don't like. This is a good, easy drinking beer. There's a hint of bitterness on the back of the palate, but it's a hint. It's not overwhelming. It's not clawing. I'm a solid 3, sips into this, and the bitterness is not building. It's staying steady, and at a very low level. I think that this is an IPA that I could actually drink. In fact, if you look at it, well, that was interesting. As I was sort of breathing in and out, that pine aroma sort of expanded a bit. Now, the bitterness is a little bit more than where it started, but it's not overwhelming. It's not off-putting. This, I mean, I know it does say Wave Chaser on it, and you know, IPAs are sort of the summertime beer. This is lovely. This is a very easy drinking IPA without that sort of cloying bitterness that takes away from everything else. A good pineapple, sort of piney type of flavor to it, which doesn't sound great, but is weirdly appealing in real life. This is a very, very nice beer, and I regret that I have not tried it before. What I don't regret is that the person who brought these over to my house left like another 4 of them. So, and I mean, they can't go to waste, so they will have to get drunk over the next, you know, week or so. Anyway, folks, if you happen to be on Long Island, and you see Montauk Brewing Company's Wave Chaser IPA, even if you're not an IPA person, this seems to be an IPA that even those who are not looking for the most bitterness and the most aroma of cat urine that you can get. I'm sorry, that's bad. That's terrible. I shouldn't say that. That was only that one from Vermont that Kevin had brought over that I said that about. It's not cat urine. It's more of a what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of a grapefruity, very, very grapefruity aroma. If you're looking for, you know, an everyday or an everyman's IPA, here's a good one. This is one to actually check out. Now, I know around me these are relatively inexpensive. I want to say you can get a 6-pack of this for like $14, maybe $15. So it's also a pretty solid bargain to boot. So again, this is one of the few, you know, like, well, no, that's not true. I do some Long Island beers, but I've never done Montauk Brewing Company, and excuse me, now I'm going to check out more of their stuff. I will say this, the carbonation does sort of, you know, get going after you have a few. A few sips. The other thing is that this is a 12-ounce can, and it's coming in at 6.7% ABV, I think it said, 6.4. So while it's really, really crushable, you really don't taste the alcohol, and there's no burn, and last but not least, you know, this is the type of thing that if you have 2 or 3 or 4 of these, the alcohol is going to catch up on you, and you want to be careful with that. Would I say it's dangerous? No, it's not dangerous. If you're drinking it, you know it's alcohol. But the alcohol is not overwhelming, and the taste is very good. So I could see how this is a very refreshing beer could lead someone to drink more than they initially planned to. And at 6.4, that's a good amount of alcohol for, you know, a beer that you're going to drink a lot of. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button. If you've tried something else from Montauk Brewing Company, if there's something I should look for from them, you know, I'm willing to drive, and Montauk is only about 90 miles away from me, all a straight line. So, you know, not a bad run to go out and get anything. So, if you have any recommendations about Montauk, if you're on the island, I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, folks, I'm going to sit back and I am going to enjoy this one, and I will see you next time on End of the Day Beer Review. Cheers.